Imagine that the food on your table is a grand illusion. Are you sure you are buying natural gifts of nature at the store? But the bitter truth is that these things never existed on Earth. Mother Nature did not create what you love to eat for breakfast. This is all the result of incredible genetic glitches and mutations. Humanity has spent centuries selecting the strangest plant freaks, so that today you can enjoy perfect taste and beautiful shapes. But what if I told you that your favorite healthy food is pure clones? Ready to learn the main secret of supermarkets? Then listen closely. That yellow sweet fruit without seeds that is so easy to peel. In fact, the wild ancestor of this fruit was packed with seeds. And what about the popular green side dish? It is just a roadside weed. From one wild bush, humans artificially sculpted a whole vegetable aisle. And finally, the crunchy snack of aristocrats and base for eco-milk. In the wild, this nut contains a deadly dose of terrible cyanide poison. If you eat a handful of such wild fruits, you can say goodbye to life. We will show 3 mutant products that will forever change your mind. You will never look at your grocery basket the same way again.
Let's start with the favorite snack of millions. Yes, the yellow banana. But what you hold in your hands is a genetic mutant and a pure clone. Think for a second. How is this plant even able to reproduce? After all, there are absolutely no seeds inside the supermarket banana. In the wild, such a fruit would be doomed to instant extinction. Meet the real wild ancestor. It is called Musa balbasiana. Its fruits are tiny, tough, and packed to the brim with huge stones. These black, hard seeds take up almost all the space inside the fruit. Eating a wild banana is nearly impossible. You will just break your teeth. About 10,000 years ago, an incredible genetic glitch occurred. 2 wild species accidentally crossed, creating a strange seedless mutant. Ancient humans noticed this sweet anomaly and decided to save the freak. But how do you plant a new tree if the plant has no seeds at all? The answer is shocking. Farmers had to literally clone every shoot. They cut pieces of the root and planted them in the ground again and again. That is why all Cavendish bananas in the world are one single plant. The banana in your hand is genetically identical to one eaten in Australia. They have absolutely the same DNA code. They are millions of perfect copies. But this cloning superpower became their main fatal weakness. Since they have no genetic diversity, they are defenseless against enemies. A terrible fungus called Panama disease is already destroying plantations. This infection kills clones one by one, and there is simply no cure. Half a century ago, this same fungus already wiped out another banana variety. The Gros Michel variety was sweeter and larger, but went extinct in years. Now the same fate awaits our familiar yellow fruits from the store. Scientists are raising the alarm. Bananas could vanish in the coming years. So enjoy this sweet mutant while it hasn't become just history. But if the banana story made you seriously doubt reality, wait until you learn the terrible secret of the common green side dish. This vegetable is a real Frankenstein monster assembled from a wild weed.
I suggest forgetting everything you knew about healthy food and vegetables. Meet broccoli, the favorite of fitness trainers and a nightmare for kids, along with cauliflower, white cabbage, and the trendy curly kale. Look, all these products lie on different shelves in any supermarket, but the reality is, none of them exist in the wild nature. If you go into the forest looking for wild broccoli, you will find nothing, because all this green variety is the same single plant. You heard right. These are all artificial genetic Frankensteins. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors found a strange weed by the roadside. It is wild mustard, a pathetic, plain bush with small flowers. In its original form, there was almost nothing edible in this plant, but ancient farmers really wanted to eat, so they started experimenting. They took this weed and forced it to mutate for long decades. Noticed a bush with large leaves, crossed it with a similar mutant, and so the familiar round white cabbage appeared in the world. Did another bush accidentally have a swollen stem? Great, a new species. And so from an ugly weed stem came the strange and juicy kohlrabi. What if we force unblown flower buds to grow 100 times larger? Bingo! That is how green broccoli and cauliflower were created. Brussels sprouts are just mutated side buds on the stem. Essentially, humans took wild mustard apart like a Lego set and created a whole army of completely different super vegetables. This is the most massive genetic intervention in human history. No laboratories or microscopes, just hundreds of years of brutal selection. And now the entire fresh vegetable aisle is an exhibition of mutant clones. Every time you buy broccoli, you are eating swollen, unblown weed flowers. Funny, right? But at least these mutations are absolutely safe for health, and we can calmly crunch on these artificial salads every day. But if you think humans are only capable of harmless tricks, let's move to the third product. It is an exquisite and very expensive snack, whose wild ancestor was packed to the brim with pure, deadly poison.
We have reached the finale, and it is the beloved, crunchy, sweet almond. It is used to make healthy eco milk, marzipan, and expensive nut butter. But if you found this nut in a wild forest, it would be your last. The real wild ancestor of this almond is a ticking time bomb. It is filled to the brim with a dangerous chemical known as amygdalin. As soon as you bite into a wild nut, the substance turns into poison, into pure, deadly cyanide, which instantly blocks breathing. Just a handful of such bitter nuts is guaranteed to kill an adult. In ancient times, people knew this well and avoided the trees. But once, thousands of years ago, a random genetic error occurred. A single tree in the forest was born with a completely broken DNA section. Because of this mutation, the tree simply forgot how to produce poison. Some brave soul risked tasting this strange nut and survived. It turned out that without cyanide, this mutant has an amazing sweet taste. Ancient farmers immediately began to breed this exact safe branch. Today, all sweet almonds in stores are descendants of that very glitch. But nature forgets nothing. Wild bitter almonds still exists. Sometimes it accidentally cross-pollinates and toxic nuts get onto farms. In the USA, the law even requires pasteurizing all almonds before sale to destroy accidental traces of poison if the wild gene suddenly wakes up. Welcome to the food matrix, where nothing is what it seems. Your favorite fruits are a huge army of barren clones with identical DNA. Your healthy green salad is a Frankenstein assembled from a weed. And your elite nut snack is a deactivated capsule with deadly poison. For millennia, humans hacked the genetic code to create this food. And now you know secrets that 99% of people do not suspect. Which fact from this video broke your habitual picture of the world the most? Write your answer in the comments right now. I read absolutely everything. And don't forget to subscribe to Try Facts to keep breaking illusions. See you in the next video. Take care and look closely at your plate.